Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for July 24th to the 31st, 2026. Hi, Summer. If you're new here, you are most welcome. And thank you to all of you who are returning to add your energy to mine as we co-create this reading of the week. I invite you to close your eyes and let's take 3 nice deep breaths together and set the tone for this reading, shall we? With that breath, setting the intention to come back to that beautiful body. 3 nice deep breaths, calling us into sync across time and space, allowing us to settle here now. And with that third exhale, I invite you to envision a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going deep down into Mother Earth, grounding you here and now in this present moment. Knowing that this tree root is not only grounding you and anchoring you, but it's also providing you with a conduit through which anything that no longer serves you can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for your new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children now and in the future, co-creating this reading of the week for July 24th to the 31st, 2026. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide this in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and our collective highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to be present and facilitate our exchange, ensuring that it happens in the highest and best way possible, and that we cover all that is in our personal and our collective heart and mind at this time to our satisfaction in this window that we have together here today. I'd like to acknowledge the overlighting deva of my home, Heart's home, and you, wherever you find yourself, acknowledging the land where you are standing, sitting, being, existing. And thank it for holding us in such good ways, for supporting us and helping us, to adding to our energy and our life force as we co-create, as we move through life in the best way possible. I'd also like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container of clarity, of wisdom, of healing, of insight, of transformation, of peace, of whatever it is that we most need at this time may be brought into this circle at this time in service to our personal and collective highest and greatest good. And anything that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions is welcome to go now. Okay. And the 4 archangels, we invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. So grateful to have all the support that I do. Now let's get into this week's reading, shall we? Okay, Creator, what is it that we most need to know for this week of July 24th to the 31st? I cannot believe it is the end of July 2026. And we're in this interesting time. Things are very intense. How do we keep our center? How do we stay sane and healthy, grounded and happy and thriving in the midst of it all, Creator? We welcome the insights and the guidance we're receiving this week in service to our wisdom and our highest and greatest good. Okay. The Temperance card is where we're starting. This is in the past position, but of course, as we know, this means information from our past, from our experience to date, which is relevant now and going forward. And this is like, don't rock the boat. Don't do anything in extremes. Hold your center. Stay in a balanced, congruent space within yourself. So we have the angel pouring the water of life into the human's cup, and the human saying, whoa, that's good. That's enough. I don't need any more than that. So just remembering that it's okay for us to call a limit, to say, hey, I'm good for now. I'm just going to hold this space because I can do this. I'm not adding any more to my plate. I'm just going to keep it easy. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to keep it balanced. So we know from past experience, when we've hit our wall or when we've come to that point where we need support and help and we're being reminded, we need to lean into our awareness of that now. So as we go forward this week, it is perfectly within our rights, and it's almost our responsibility, I would say, to hold right balance for ourselves. We know where our limits are, and right now is a very, very intense time. It doesn't feel like the time to be overextending. It feels like it's time to just kind of maybe dial things in a little bit. Just come home. Come home to yourself. Pay attention to what your heart is asking you to do. If it's saying go be with your people in the sunshine and singing at the beach, having a beautiful time, perfect. That's the kind of thing we want to be doing. But it isn't time, like I said, to overextend and to push yourself beyond your balanced limits. It's temperance. Okay, the present card. There we go. Second card of balance, reinforcing that idea of just keep it steady. Don't go to extremes. Don't huck yourself in the deep end of the pool. Just stay where you are comfortable and at ease, and where life can happen around you and you are not being knocked off your center. That's really, really important. So don't overcommit. If you have overcommitted, dial it back, offer up your apologies, and just listen to what you need this week. A few channels that I follow have been talking about how the transformation that's happening at this time may be making us feel a little more tired than we usually would, because our spirit is being upgraded, which is impacting the body, and we need to just be paying attention to what we need at this time. And so balance is super important. What brings you to balance? I love getting out into nature, walking in the forest. I've been taking my shoes off a lot more lately and just walking barefoot on the ground, which has been feeling amazing, and stepping into the water as often as I can to just, again, bring myself back into this present moment. Nothing like some cold water to bring us into our body at this time, and stay deeply here now within the boundaries of what feels appropriate. And that's different for all of us. But the suggestion is balance. It's been reiterated here twice. Near future, what we're moving towards is opportunity. The Three of Wands. Things are opening up. They will continue to open up from here on in. And the more congruent you are with yourself and your yes and your highest calling, the more this will present itself to you, because you're already lined up with your yes. And the whole momentum on earth at this time is for all of us to be lined up with our yes, saying yes to our yes, discovering our yes, moving towards our highest enthusiasm. And as I've explained before, highest enthusiasm doesn't mean cloud nine all the time. It means, what's your preference right now? Where is the highest energy right now? What is most life-giving and nourishing for you right now? That's what we need to be paying attention to. So this card of opportunity, it's a wand, which is creativity, inspiration, and passion. 3 is the number of multiplication, things expanding. So this is the energy that we are moving towards. So this time of balance, of dialing things back, of keeping things a little smaller, a little bit more contained, a little bit more controlled, a little bit more within our grasp, is allowing it to rest up so we can take advantage of this. So if that makes this feel more doable, just know you're shoring up resources so that you can take advantage of this rising energy that's happening at this time. And as I said, for those of us who are already committed to our yes, who are already saying yes to our yes, and have already sort of started lining up with that. And it doesn't matter if it's massively tangible or not. If you in your heart have said yes to your yes, you recognize that that's where you need to be putting your energy, and you're moving in that direction. You've lined your life force, your attention, your intention, and your will up with your yes, and you're starting to get that ball rolling. That's perfect, because the momentum on the planet right now is for all of us to be doing this eventually. That's why we're here on this planet. We're not here to live anybody else's ideas of life. We're here to live our own ideas of life. We're here to live from the inside out, not the outside in. And so the collective zeitgeist, if you will, or the collective momentum that's going on right now is all about this rising energy into our yes. And as we step into that, others will be stepping into their yes. They'll become this transformation of the planet, of humanity, of our culture, because it's all connected. It's not separate. So as each of us steps into our yes and moves towards our yes, and we start noticing all the others around us doing the same thing, because as we do it, we automatically give permission for those around us to do the same thing. And we understand how good it is for everyone else, because we know we feel pretty good when we're doing this. It changes everything. It changes who humanity is. It changes how we're being. And there's nothing more delightful than adding your yes to somebody else's and amplifying that together. Supporting others and finding their yes and stepping into their yes and connecting them with the people they need to connect with to go further in their yes. It's like, wow, how much more fun would life be if that's how we were all wired? I think that would be delightful. And that's what we're moving towards. So if you feel a little bit tired, a little bit drained, a little bit uninspired, just think of it as in you're adapting. It's like recovering from an illness. There's that recovery period. What do they call it? Convalescence. It's a little bit of convalescence. People can feel a little bummed out during convalescence. And there's a lot on this planet that make us feel bummed out. Let's face it. But what's important is to give your focus and your energy to building your energy, taking good care of yourself, doing what you need to do to come home to yourself, to take care of yourself, to nourish yourself, to build your resources so that when the gate opens, you're ready and you're happy to walk through that gate and embrace all that's coming towards you, all that you have been calling towards you. And for some of us, this is decades. It's a lifetime of work. We've been waiting for this gate to open, and we're moving towards that. And the foundation card, why we're having the reading this week, is the card of, well, judgment, or the higher octave, discernment. So here we have this hand reaching up through the dark, dense layers into the light, into the rarefied realms of spirit, into aspiration. It's this striving. We all have it. If you are human, you have aspiration, you have striving. Society may have tried to stamp it out of you and mess with you so that you're no longer quite as alive in that area, but it doesn't mean you can't switch it on at any time. Humanity is born with powerful drive, powerful desire, and that desire force is what propels us onward as human beings and as spiritual beings beyond human form. And this card is reminding us that we need to keep striving. Now, judgment is limiting. Judgment would have us looking around going, that's wrong, making things wrong so that we can feel right. Discernment, the higher octave of this energy, is when we look out into the world and we say, that's for me and that's not for me. We don't need to make others wrong or put any energy towards anything else. It's just like, this is for me and this is not for me. This is what I'm called to. This is not what I'm called to. This is where the shiny things are for me. That's not so shiny. I think I'm going to go in the direction of what's shinier for me. This is in our foundation position this week, this discernment energy. So this discernment speaks to paying attention. How do we stay in balance? This discernment about what do I need right now? You don't have to do anything like anybody else. We are all here having our unique human experience. We're all here to make our own unique contribution. We're all here to do it in our own way. We can take inspiration from others, but ultimately we have our own path to walk. We get to do it our way, and that's exciting. We get to be who we came to be, and we get to unfold it in the way that is perfect and right for us. Nobody else. So like I said, no need to rip off bandages, no need to huck ourselves in the deep end of the pool before we can swim. Not necessary. We can do it in a way that is congruent and harmonious for us and hold our balance. And as I said, this week, it feels like holding this balance might mean dialing it back a little bit, pulling our energy in a little bit, coming home to ourselves, nourishing ourselves, doing what we need to do to fill our cups and to feel whole and well again so that we can best navigate this upcoming opportunity so that we're not tired when this shows up. So we're not burned out. We're not out of resources. We have what we need to take advantage of this. So very good. 2 major arcana. So let's pay attention. It's important. This is part of our journey, part of our soul growth, and it's all for us. As we know, every week, we understand that the contrast, the challenges, everything that we face is in service to our highest and greatest good. We wouldn't evolve without contrast. Okay, so from here, let's move to our card to grow on. So Creator, what would be most helpful for us to know this week, please? That we might make best use of this awareness, that we might be in the best place possible to care for ourselves and do what we need to hold our center, to hold our balance, and to hold our well-being in service to our good and that of everyone whose life we touch. Please and thank you. What is our card to grow on? The World. That's a pretty big card. This is the last card of the major arcana, but of course, the major arcana is not a beginning and an ending. It's a spiral upwards. It just continues growing and growing and growing. So this is our card to grow on this week. This is what we need to be continuing to pay attention to. We are the dancers with life, with the universe, with all that is. We get to do it our way. We get to dance a foxtrot or a waltz. We get to engage with the universe at the level that we want to. We don't have to be run off our feet. We can just say to the universe, you know what, I need it to go a little slower right now. I need a little bit more help right now. And don't forget to ask for help. All of us need to ask for help. Sometimes we're in the thick of it and we're having a great time and we're just riding the wave. And sometimes, well, we could use a little bit of support. And that's perfectly okay. And our guides, our angels, those who walk with us are delighted to be part of our experience, to be remembered. Just like the deva of our property, and where we live, that organizing intelligence, the spirit of your home, the spirit of your workspace. Remember that part. Engage with it as we become into right relationship with all of life, realizing that there is energy there and there is life there to be experienced. Everything changes. Everything becomes this sacred dance, this beautiful, sacred relationship building. And we can have a different, more magical experience with the world at large because we're engaging with it in a new way. So this card, our card to grow on, is we are the dancers with the universe. How do we want the tempo to go? How do we want to dance this one? How do we want to experience the next thing? We are creating the world. Each and every one of us is adding our unique signature, our energy to life. And that is changing how things are going. And it's important. Your contribution is important. So maybe just notice your desire for how you want things to go and give yourself permission to do it your way. What does your way even look like? And that'll change from day to day, hour to hour. But just paying attention to what is most harmonious and congruent and aligned for you at this time in service to your highest and greatest unfolding. Because your good is good for all of us. And so, with that, let's take a nice deep breath. Pulling that information, this reading, into our field, into our bodies, into our hearts, into our minds, so that we are clean and clear and absorbing what is most appropriate for us in service to our personal and our collective highest and greatest good. Creator, thank you once again for this opportunity of gathering and pooling our energy across time and space and co-creating these readings of the week in service to our highest and greatest good. I am so grateful for all those here and on the other side who support us, who love us, who encourage us, who cheer us on as we navigate this world. And I send love to all who are suffering at this time, to all who are experiencing deep, dark contrast. I just ask that you lift their hearts, help them to discern what they prefer, to find the threads of gold in the darkness and to weave brilliance into their experience. May we all remember to hold love and light in our hearts and in our minds and our spirits as we move in the world and extend that out in a network of light across this gorgeous planet, sending love and support to everyone everywhere for all of our highest and greatest good. I want to thank all those who walk with us and support us and love us, to the land where we are, to our guardians, our guides, our angels, to our loved ones, those who are closest to us, our communities, this human family and our galactic families, wherever they may be, and you. And I'm out of focus. I'm so sorry. Thank you for being here this week and for sharing your energy with mine. I will look forward to seeing you next Friday. In the meantime, slow it down. Enjoy this time of high summer, where if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, and I guess high winter if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. But really I just encourage you to listen in to what it is that you most need at this time so you can do it better for you, for your good and that of everyone around you. Knowing that we're right where we need to be and it's all perfect. We're all getting where we need to go. Much love and light, my friends, and I will see you next Friday. Bye for now.